Good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon. Y'all got me feeling some type of way. Good afternoon. Y'all got me feeling all warm and fuzzy inside. All these comments. I'm telling you, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. Y'all got me literally overwhelmed. I feel so, y'all are sending so much love, like it's crazy. It's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. Like, it's so much that's been said on the channel, y'all, but it's so much that I'm going to say. We ain't even really got started yet. I know there's been a lot of, some chaos going on here, and, it's been rocky, all the comments, and I hate to even mention her name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But y'all got me feel, I'm talking about how I feel right now. The love that you guys are showing me, and the love, I hope y'all can feel the love coming back, because I love you right back. I promise you. And we're going to talk. We're going to do some lives and everything. But I'm leaving my granddaughter's school. I'm here at the school, y'all. And I just had lunch with her. And I was sitting at the table with her and her 4 friends. And the little children, they so sweet, 7-year-olds, I wasn't there for my kids in that way, because I was working. Couldn't really depend on my husband, you know what I'm saying? So I had to do what I had to do. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And y'all about to bring me into tears. It's crying too. I can't stand the rain, but and the gray clouds. But yeah, I love y'all. I do, and I appreciate y'all for subscribing to the channel and leaving your comments. And I'm overwhelmed today. It's a good overwhelm though. Oftentimes, when I feel anxious, it's got something to do with somebody old bad tail ass vibes. But I'm anxious today for a good reason, and I'm loving y'all right back. So kisses and hugs. I'll be back soon. Okay, I love y'all. Bye. So I'm back, guys. So yeah, so I remember that. I remember the boyfriend coming over and all that stuff, and those bad emotions, feeling like daddy was done wrong, even though we would tease on him. I remember teasing on daddy back in those days. Because children do what they're taught to do, And so there was, back in those days, y'all, like, it was just so much going on. And childhood, to me, there are parts of it that's blurry, and then there are other parts that are crystal clear. My takeaway from childhood as a whole was that we were around some of the most dysfunctional people, before we get over here and start talking about the narcissistic abuse. Because I'm trying to tie it into, I've been around narcissistic abuse all my life, and it would be the theme in my life from that point on to a couple of years ago. We were around the most dysfunctional people. Okay? Lots of mental illness, like, for example, alcoholism, all kinds of addictions, people that were in and out of prison. Especially alcoholism. My daddy had an issue with drinking, but as we got older, he stopped. But when we were younger, he drank very much, and my mother did too. She was a drinker. But as we got older, they both stopped. So they didn't die, and neither one of them didn't. My mom's still alive, but my dad didn't die from alcoholism. He came down with prostate cancer. But yeah, so many, just being around as a child, so much dysfunction and mental illness. Okay? So that's my, so as far as how a child develops, so you teach your child by way of information, and neither one of my parents were teachers. They were not the type of people that sit down and talk to you about life. They more complained about life than anything. Sit down, be quiet, shut up. Don't do that. Y'all get on my nerves. Not like, Cheryl, this is the plan. This is the plan this is what you're going to do as you get older. This is what I expect from you. It was none of that. It was almost a day-by-day existence. It was almost a day-by-day existence dealing with a child, dealing with children. So I think in my experience and back in those days, it was more about housing your child, feeding your child, and putting your child on some clothes. It was more about those things. And if you did that, you were doing a really, really good job. So that's what it was about. Being heavily influenced by watching people drink alcohol and party, and drinking alcohol is very much about self-regulating. It's an attempt to regulate your emotions, like something is bothering you and you're drinking to fix it. It's all about the emotions, y'all. I talked in the beginning about emotional intelligence. So that's what alcohol is really about. So is overeating and any other type of addiction. It is an attempt to regulate your emotions. You've got some type of recorded emotion that has not processed. Something is bothering you. Something is eating at you. Something is driving you insane. And the alcohol, when you drink alcohol and you do drugs and you overeat and you overindulge in sex, it releases pleasure hormones inside of you, and it temporarily makes you feel better, while at the same time you become addicted to that substance while that particular thing is causing harm to your body. And my thing is, all of this stuff is happening, and we're, as children, around these types of people, and these, while they're not making the best decisions and bad judgments and all of the things that people do now, I don't want y'all to get me wrong. We were not around this type of stuff day and night, but we were around it too much, obviously, because children do what I describe nowadays as children receive downloads, just like a computer. So when we were around this type of toxic behavior with these type of toxic people, then we get the toxic downloads in us. I got the toxic downloads in me. I was kidnapped at one point by some neighbors, and basically they beat me and tortured me. They were children. They were older than me, and that had such a profound effect on my life. That happened at 5 years old in that same house downtown Raleigh. I mean, we lived in that house. It actually happened right next door, where they kind of what do you call it, when you entice a child? They lured me into the home, and the children that were responsible for it were my neighbors. There were two boys, and they were older, but it was a girl there other than me. It may have been two other girls, but it was the boy. It was about 5 kids and me. That's how I remember it. And their mother was a woman that went to the Pentecostal church, and she wore all black all the time. And back in those days, and up until recently, I didn't realize that the reason why I always saw her in black and she wore dresses or skirts all the time is because she was a Christian. Because I had a conversation with my mom. My mom called her a holy roller. But I tell you what, she may have been a Christian, but her children were demons. Those children lured me into their house, and they beat me until they got tired. And basically, I would be psychologically locked up in that room with them until I met my coach, and was released from the memory and the emotional trauma that I experienced in that house. Okay? Well, anyway, y'all, that is enough for today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We're going to talk about more. This channel is about narcissistic abuse. We're going to really get into it, but I want you guys to know me as I get to know you guys. Okay? My name is Cheryl. I'm a keep it real type of gal. You know what I'm saying? I deal with, I'm a deep woman, and I love to deal with the meat of life. You know, I don't like shallow conversations. I don't play games. But I have a really good sense of humor, and I love to laugh. Okay? But yeah. But anyway, welcome to the channel. I want you to subscribe to the channel, okay? Kisses and hugs. We'll talk some more. I'll share some more about my childhood. Kind of like bring you up to where I am, and then go back and share all of this knowledge that I've acquired over the last 3 years. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.